Oh my God. Emergency extraction. Oh, jeez. Hey everyone, it's Anna, and I'm back with another vintage cookbook. This time, I'm reviewing Betty Crocker's New Dinner for Two cookbook. Before I dig into this book, I want to give a little shout out to my friends Caitlin and Luke. Caitlin and Luke watch my videos together and incorporate that time sort of like into their dates. I just think that is great. I feel so honored to be part of that. When I got this book, I knew that it was perfect and I had to dedicate it to you guys. I picked this up at Half Price Books. It appeared in my Where I Shop for Vintage Cookbooks video. I will link that here if you haven't checked it out yet. And it was one that I really wanted to add to my collection. I love these Betty Crocker books. There are more of them than I even knew. I've added a couple of new ones to my collection recently that I've never heard of before. So working on that Betty Crocker collection. I have another edition of this that's a little bit newer. This one was published in 1964. Beautiful cover. Look at those flowers. You'll see those flowers again as a sketch on the inside cover. That is such a cute little feature. Look. And the sketches in this book are just wonderful. I could see this book being given as a gift to a new bride. I think there's a section in here for like empty nesters as well. People whose kids have gone off to college or moved out, what have you. This book opens with a lovely letter from Betty herself. If you are a bride, a business girl, career wife, or a mother whose children are away from home, this book is for you. Confirming my suspicions that this book is for a bride, but also a business girl. I mean, I like that you're going there, Betty. You're like going in the right direction. Is Business Girl the 60s version of Girl Boss? I'm a business girl. So this letter concludes with, we hope that you small homemakers everywhere and those who cook for one will enjoy the new dinner for two and its friendly fare. Favorite, fancy, and family style. Alliteration. I want to share a few of the photos throughout this book because they are beautiful. In addition to these just darling sketches, I love these, and there are so many of them. We have lots and lots of beautiful color photographs of the food, of the table setting. We've got flowers. Like, this is so inviting. And this is not usually what my dinner table looks like, I'm sad to say. But look, we've got our two little strawberry shortcakes and some fried chicken. Everything is just perfectly placed. We've got shrimp creole, but again, with the flowers, there are always flowers. A nice green salad, beautifully coordinating dinnerware. I'm trying to see if there's any actually like casual photos in here. I think this is more of a brunch kind of setup, but it's still just beautifully coordinated, very sunny yellow, everything matches. I just spotted this sketch and I have to share it. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Is it a rooster or a hen? We'll just say maybe it's a hen. I don't know. Beautiful eyelashes on this hen, by the way. It's like the hen looking in the mirror with some lovely jewelry on, and I think that they're fashioning a hat out of a pear and some celery, maybe like a popover. It's just, look, it's just amazing. I love it. An entire section on table settings, and just take a look at those sketches. Very clear. Oh man, look, I love these pineapple plates. A very common thread that I found when I was looking through these recipes, they're pretty simple. There's not a lot of like unusual ingredients in here. Maybe they're simple because they only make 2 servings for the most part. If this is sort of geared toward new brides that maybe haven't had cooking experience, it could be because of that. And these are all pretty accessible recipes. We have another amazing drawing. We have a cow that is juggling. Schedule for dinner on time. Organizing the order of when things should be cooked to have it done by a certain time for a meal. I think a lot of new cooks struggle with that, especially during holidays. That's a big meal. It's a big meal. It's a little bit of a high stress situation with maybe family coming over. You gotta plan your main dish, get it in the oven. You really have to sort of put these things in order. And this gives you a step-by-step of just for this particular meal, there are things you can do ahead of time. Make the cranberry orange relish, and then it's like 1 hour ahead, start your chicken. 45 minutes before dinner, pair the potatoes and set your table. That's relevant today, I think. And maybe we're not doing super big elaborate meals for dinner, but it is a skill that I think some people do struggle with. I mean, I still do sometimes. This first chapter is just a full week of menus. Monday, we're having pineapple burgers with noodles and lettuce wedges. And then Tuesday, we've got breaded veal chops, orange Bermuda onion salad with ruby red dressing. Very carefully planned meals. There's a chapter about like regional cooking. So we have this map and like the list of things that are popular there. So I'm just gonna share the Midwest list. So the Midwest likes bacon and eggs, corn on the cob, green string beans, honey and biscuits, mashed potatoes, mushroom gravy, roast beef, roast turkey, rutabaga, smelts. I know what they are, just I've never eaten them. Steak and sweet cider. I mean, a little pedestrian. The far west gets abalone and Columbia salmon, kumquats, etc. New England, they get clam chowder, cornmeal pancakes, gooseberry tarts, and the Midwest gets bacon and eggs. Who doesn't like bacon and eggs? I mean, it's pretty much a crowd pleaser. The sketches and illustrations in the regional favorite section are really good too. This is like the New England section. I mean, it really does kind of look like Maine. The South, so we have like a steamboat kind of paddle boat thing. So the Midwest gets a barn. They're not wrong. Variety, the spice of any dinner. Lots of cute sketches here. It says, make dinner time a party every evening by the simple magic of a change of scene, a small addition to the menu, bright garnishes, or serving after dinner coffee in the living room. The scandal. Serving coffee in the living room of all places. Very innovative. This book came with some bonus clippings, so let's check these out. This one came from Ladies' Home Journal in 1958, and it's an article on electric trays. That's kind of fun. I've seen a couple of electric trays that I keep wanting to pick up, and I talk myself out of it. I do not need them. Do I need them? I'll read this article and find out. It's always fun to figure out exactly why people tore some of these things out. Yeah, we have more recipes. But there's also this ad for Coats & Clark for like zippers, but Coats & Clark is a company that they have zippers, they have thread and sewing notions, that kind of thing, which kind of probably would have been more popular in ladies' magazines back then. This set of recipes is from Red Book magazine, September 1970. Oh my word. Look. We have a cosmetics ad for Dorothy Gray. I mean, check out that blue eyeshadow with like the matching packaging. I know that this is supposed to be about the cookbook, but we've taken a little bit of a detour. This 9-piece hostess serving set plus Red Book's guide to great buffet parties. Only $8.95. I mean, buffet success with all of this. You're gonna have a great party. Red Book says you are. I'm so glad that they left these inside the book. Like, someone was watching out for me, right? Someone at Half Price Books knows what's up. So when it comes to recipes, I actually let Caitlin choose one, whether she knows it or not. I just sent her a list of recipes with not really much explanation, and this is the one that she chose. Today I'm going to be preparing Hamburger Stroganoff. I think this is the Hamburger Stroganoff right here. They've really tried to fancy it up by putting it in a chafing dish. When you need to stretch a pound of ground beef, like this is one of those things that you can make. It looks really tasty. It looks pretty simple. I'm not gonna say it's like the most fancy and authentic dish ever, but I'm looking forward to giving this a try. Let's get started. Hello. So today we're making hamburger stroganoff. It reminds me a little bit of like homemade hamburger helper. So we're gonna start by melting some butter in a large skillet. And then over here, I'm gonna be cooking some noodles. You're supposed to serve this over the top of something like egg noodles, rice, potatoes, something like that. Another serving idea, arrange poppy seed noodles in a ring and then fill the center with the hamburger stroganoff. That would be so attractive. It's a generous amount of butter, which I'm okay with. So I've got half a cup of minced onion. I could have grated the onion, but I didn't feel like doing it. So I did my best just to chop it really small. Just says saute onion and garlic in butter over medium heat. So I'm gonna let this go for a little bit. I don't want it to get completely browned, but I do want it to be cooked through. This recipe comes to us from the buffet suppers section. So this is going to make 4 servings instead of 2 servings. This is when you have Judy and Bill over for bridge. I'm sure I probably just named someone's parents or grandparents. All right, I'm adding the garlic now just to let it cook a little bit. I don't want that to get too brown, so I kind of like to add my garlic a little bit later in the game. Next, I'm going to add 1 pound of ground beef. I'm using 85/15. It doesn't say what you should use, but this is just what the store had. Usually, I'm an 80/20 kind of gal. You probably do want to use something pretty lean in this because you're not going to be draining any of the fat away. I'm gonna switch over to this little meat chopper gadget, break it up a little bit. Stir in flour, salt, pepper, and mushrooms. Aha, you know, a good stroganoff has got to have mushrooms. So I have 2 tablespoons of flour and a teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then it gave you the choice of using either fresh mushrooms or canned mushrooms. In this case, canned mushrooms just feel more authentic to me. I think this is what more people probably would have had access to. Most of the time when I was a kid, this is how we consumed mushrooms. So I've got an 8-ounce can of drained mushrooms. So we add that all together and cook it for 5 minutes. Okay, so this has been cooking for 5 minutes. It looks largely the same. But now it's time to add 1 can of cream of chicken soup. Gotta be honest, I am very surprised they didn't go with cream of mushroom here. I really want to try it with this just to see how it's gonna be. I tend to use cream soups pretty interchangeably anyway in these recipes, so it could have a similar flavor, but yeah, I would have thought cream of mushroom soup because of the mushrooms. So let's go ahead and add our soup. Join the party. Bill and Judy are gonna be so impressed. I'm gonna wow them with this dish. So I have to stir this together to incorporate everything. So now I have to let this simmer for about 10 minutes. And then we add the final ingredient. Okay, folks, we're in the home stretch here. That has cooked for 10 minutes. Finally, we are ready for the final ingredient, 1 cup of sour cream. This is thick. This is a thick mixture. Also, this skillet is dangerously close to being too small. And I've had fancier beef stroganoff with actual steak and all of that stuff, but this is probably what I would have eaten as a kid, most likely. And that's not bad. I think we're there. I mean, look at that. So I am gonna plate some of this up with some egg noodles and give it a taste. Hi, I've got a plate of egg noodles here, so I'm gonna top it just a little bit of this stroganoff. Okay. I'm getting the onions, I'm getting like the creaminess from the sour cream. Let's see how this goes. Pretty good actually. Pretty tasty. It's very much like a casserole. So if you like a casserole, you will like this. I definitely think that you could use cream of mushroom soup in place of the cream of chicken. You wouldn't really be able to tell the difference. Definitely a warm kind of comfort meal. There's my neighbors outside. Pretty heavy. I mean, it's pretty heavy. You don't drain any of the fat away and there's like a cup of sour cream in there. So I'm not gonna say it's health food. I don't say anything's health food, it's food. I cooked a recipe from Betty Crocker's new Dinner for Two cookbook. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the red button below. I post content focused on food, vintage cookbooks, and retro recipes every single week. Thanks again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.